Hello, in today's video, we will be going over how to support your child's mental and emotional health. So first off, what is mental health? Mental health is a person's emotional, psychological, and social well-being. And so basically this encompasses our feelings, our thoughts, and our ability to have good relationships with others. And we're going to focus on this emotional aspect right here. So, emotional health is our ability to manage our feelings during stressful times, which life is very full of stressful moments. So, it's really important that we are able to cope with these feelings of stress. So, I like to pause the video and have you come up with some ways that you are able to cope with your feelings of stress. Hopefully, you're able to come up with a few coping mechanisms that you use when you are feeling stressed. And when we're putting this into the perspective of our children, they probably did not have all of these same tools that you have to cope with stress. So that's why it's really important that we are able to support our children's own mental health and emotional health and help them gain these tools that they can use when they're feeling stressed. Mental health and emotional health are really important to our holistic well being. As you can see here, it's kind of a feedback loop. So, for mental health and emotional health, when we're feeling stressed, that is going to manifest physically in our bodies and we'll start seeing physical symptoms. Also, if we're under a lot of stress for a long period of time, that puts us at greater risk for developing physical illnesses. And then on the other side, physical health feeding into mental and emotional health. We know that when we are not feeling our best physically and we feel sick, that is going to add stress to our day. And then also if you are coping with a chronic illness, that experience can definitely add anxiety or feelings of depression to your everyday living. And so putting mental health and emotional health, as well as physical health, all together, these three different aspects are all going to influence how we behave in our everyday life. So on the next few slides, I will be presenting some physical symptoms as well as some behavioral symptoms that you can look out for to see if your child may be having some mental health struggles. First off, we have feelings of anxiety. So on the left, we have physical symptoms, and on the right, we have behavioral symptoms. I would recommend that you can pause the video and take a screenshot or write down some notes of all of the bullet points. But to briefly go over it, we have headaches, body aches, or tension in the body. Similar to when we feel nervous, your child may feel lightheaded and start sweating. A really common symptom of anxiety can be stomach aches and having to use the bathroom frequently. And then lastly, also similar to when we feel very nervous, we have trembling or twitching or just any kind of restlessness and then a difficulty swallowing. And then on the right, we have behavioral symptoms. So maybe your child is getting startled easily, having a difficulty concentrating in school or on other tasks. We see a loss of sleep, and then a really big symptom of anxiety is having intense worrying, even if there's really nothing to worry about. We know that stress is common in our everyday life. For example, maybe your child has a big test coming up or they're starting a new school. These events are obviously going to cause a lot of stress, but hopefully, after your child completes that activity or stage in their life, then their stress starts to ease up. However, if your child is consistently exhibiting feelings of worry, even if there is no stressful event or cause of the stress, this may be a sign that your child is feeling anxious and it's not just everyday stress that they are facing. And then the last symptom we have on here is irritability. So these are some easy ways that you can help your child cope with anxiety. The first one is journaling, and this allows your child to really slow down their thoughts and just write everything out on paper. You can probably just Google anxiety journaling prompts and a lot of them will show up. But an example here is, has anything or anyone triggered an unwanted emotion lately? If so, what happened? And then again, you can look up a lot more other prompts online, and we'll leave some resources in the description box of this video. Next, another way that you can help your child is by helping them live a healthy lifestyle. Making sure that your child is eating regular meals and as healthy as possible, as well as getting physical activity, can help ease feelings of anxiety. Next, we have regular sleep. We saw that one of the symptoms of anxiety was a loss of sleep. So if you can help your child have a consistent sleeping schedule to help combat that and make sure that they feel rested throughout the day, then this can also really help them with feeling better. And the last one we have here is calming techniques. And so this can include just helping your child remember to take deep breaths. And another easy exercise to guide your child through is grounding. Grounding helps take the individual out of their spiraling anxious thoughts and really reminding them of here and now in their environment. So you can help your child by asking them these questions. Can you name 5 things you can see right now? Can you name 4 things that you physically feel? Can you name 3 things that you hear right now? 2 things that you can smell? And 1 thing that you can taste? And again, we will leave more resources for calming techniques in the description box of this video. And next we have signs that your child may be feeling depressed. So same layout, we have physical symptoms on the left and behavioral symptoms on the right. The physical symptoms are your child may be having decreased energy, feeling more tired throughout the day, having changes in appetite or unplanned weight changes, and then also having headaches, cramps, or stomach aches that seem to come for no reason really, and they won't go away after treatment. And then for behavioral symptoms, persistent sadness or pessimism and isolating themselves. So maybe you notice that your child is really not coming out of their bedroom as much as they used to. That could be a warning sign of depression. Having a difficulty sleeping and waking up on time, losing interest in hobbies or things that they really used to like enjoying, an inability to keep up with school or other responsibilities, and then also irritability. I also want to point out that some of these symptoms may be more obvious than others. So, for example, maybe your child really loved basketball, that was their whole life, but recently they haven't really been getting joy out of it. They don't want to go to basketball practices anymore. So, this can be a sign that is really visible to you as a parent or caregiver. However, other symptoms may not be so obvious from the outside. Maybe your teen or your child doesn't really talk about their feelings to begin with. So you don't know if they're feeling persistent sadness. And this is a good reminder for you to check in on your child and have that open communication with them. Ask them how they're really feeling, in order for you to have a better understanding of what is going on in your child's life right now. And these are some ways that you can help your child cope with feelings of depression. So, physical activity, even 30 minutes, can help boost their mood, and you can support your child in doing this by going on a walk with them or doing some other type of light physical activity with them. Similar to anxiety, helping your child live a healthy lifestyle, which can help them feel better. So, making sure that your child is eating regular meals and as healthy as possible and maintaining a consistent sleep schedule. Next, we have listening to your child. Those who are coping with feelings of depression will normally feel alone. And so, making sure that you spend quality time with your child can really help combat those feelings of loneliness or isolation. And then, similar to listening to your child, is helping them stay connected with other people that support them. And so, this can be other family members, their friends, or helping them find groups or hobbies that they can join so that they know that they are not alone and that they are loved and valued. And lastly, I wanted to share this really good website that has a range of resources based on different cultural identities because we know that mental health can be seen through so many different lenses and is affected by our cultural backgrounds. For example, some cultures may choose to use more traditional methods of healing. Other communities may have more stigma around talking about mental health. And then even navigating the healthcare system, such as different insurances and then language barriers. So this website has a lot of good information and resources based on varying identities, which I can show you what the website looks like. So this is the website and you can visit it by scanning the QR code or clicking the link in the description box. And so they have these different tabs for different identities. So if you feel like you identify with any of these, then I would highly recommend that you come in and check out the different resources that NAMI has to offer. And finally, I just wanted to wrap up by saying that your child's mental and emotional health are super important to their overall well being as it is for your own. And when your child is feeling better in these areas of mental health, then it will reflect in their behavior. And as their caregiver or parent, you have the power to help them cope with stressful feelings and help them develop good techniques to manage their mental health. However, if you feel like this is a lot to take in, because it is, you are not alone, and we will leave more resources for you in the description box for you to check out. Thank you so much for watching.